feminine confidence, my love, is about trusting that it is okay to feel your real feelings. Why is it okay to feel your real feelings? Because you know that you can make good choices, you can set boundaries, you can communicate your needs. All of that definitely ensures that you can uncover that lover, that you can uncover your inner rose or whatever flower you are in huge confidence, like a peacock opens his or her tail. Okay, my love. So obviously there are many times when you don't feel that. So there are times when we feel insecure. What are those times? Well, first of all, how insecure can you feel? So please put yes into the comments for anything that I mentioned. So sometimes we feel ugly in somebody's presence. Yeah. Sometimes we feel invisible. Put yes if that is about you. Sometimes we feel undesirable, unlucky, or even cursed. So those things happen. Why do they happen? They happen when we are surrounded by people who cannot really see our beauty. We are surrounded by people who are kind of strong magicians who can change reality and put a spell in a certain way on reality with the way that they are glancing at you, with the way that they're interacting with you, with the way that how they're putting you down, with the way how they're judging you. So what is the key, my love? What is the key to come out in a way that you own that room, no matter who is in there? So there are several keys. One of the keys is to imagine that your energy spreads, that you own the room in a way that it's you and the universe, and that you are the beautiful creation, that you're feeling at home here in your body, that you're feeling at home on earth, you're feeling at home anywhere you are, and it does not depend on this person or that person. Another situation is your own self-judgment. Okay, so we are mostly afraid of the judgment of others when we are judging ourselves. In fact, I can tell you that you are your own absolutely most unmerciful judge. So dealing with your own conversations with yourself, the key is to create a voice, a kind voice that you will use when you're speaking to yourself and to the parts of your body. And I'm here to tell you, your body is your subconscious mind. So your body really knows, it really knows if you are ashamed of it, it knows if you hate it, and it also knows if you're grateful and if you love it. And so the body is going to pay you back. The body is going to start blossoming if you start loving it. Okay, my loves. All right, so identifying your insecurity triggers and the types of people that trigger that insecurity. Maybe you can just eliminate those people from your surrounding, or maybe you can learn how to completely deal with the rejection. So we're going to go over that now for today, and tomorrow we have a very different topic, which is also very exciting. Our topic for tomorrow is the golden key to a man's heart, and the number one trait in a woman that every man is dying to have in order to call her the one, to call her the keeper. Okay, my love. So there are times, as I said, that we feel rejected. Okay, and so once you know how to react to rejection and how to be responsive actually instead of being reactive, then you can get on your high horse and you can be that lady Godiva who who undressed herself and got naked on a horse and went into the big city, completely just owning her feminine power in her absolute confidence. All right, so how do we deal with rejection, abandonment, judgment, negative environment, isolation, or some other triggers? Okay, my love, so close your eyes please now. Let's close your eyes, breathe out, and remember the last time when you felt insecure. The last time when you felt insecure, maybe ugly or too old or too fat, just not good enough in somebody's presence. So examine, take a look at the source of that. What exactly was triggered in you? What exactly was triggered? And so next time when you become aware of the trigger, immediately test your level of confidence. And here is the confidence checklist. Okay, so when we feel confident, we feel the following. That's the checklist. I love how my body feels right now. Number 2, my soul is rare. It is like a precious, sparkling jewel. Your soul is. Number 3, I'm feeling a little turned on and I love it. Okay, write down your favorite, by the way. Number 4, I am a gift to the mankind. Let's face it. Number 5, everything I say is gold. Impress me, handsome. And number 6, I have no idea what to expect, but I bet it's going to be fabulous. Fabulous in some way or another. Okay, my love. So please put into the comments your favorite statement that you can say to yourself next time when you are triggered. And now I'm also going to share with you several sentences that you can use in order to deal with rejection. Okay, so there are 3 ways, 3 sentences that you can say to yourself if you are rejected by somebody. Number 1, let's say somebody says, yeah, they're not interested in you, or they are not loving you back, or they are not experiencing the same level of desire or interest or commitment as you would like. And so number 1, thanks for feedback. If I wanted to consider men of your type, now I've got some valuable information on you guys. Okay, so if you are rejected, what you can think is, okay, well, first of all, do I even want to impress this type of men? Do I even want them? Do I even want to consider those kind? And if I do, okay, let's say what they said. Let's get some information. So again, you're coming out as a winner. Okay, number 2, what you can say, goodbye, fellow traveler. Maybe we can talk in your next lifetime if I'm still available. So that sentence is all about you feeling really light on your feet, not focused on any kind of outcome, not attached, but rather feeling that, yes, you are walking your path as a gorgeous diva. You're walking your path as a beautiful woman, as a sacred woman. And there are other people walking on their paths, and we're all travelers on those paths. And sometimes our paths cross, and sometimes they don't. And just taking it very easy, just deeply knowing that whoever is the right magical person that's supposed to cross your path will. So then it becomes really easy just to say, hey, okay, maybe next time. All right. So number 3, just recognizing we are not compatible. We had some fun together. It's all good. We are not compatible. Instead of, there is something wrong with me. Okay, so please also write down what your favorite statement is. And the last thing that I want to say is this. One of the things that increases your feminine confidence and your feminine magnetism is doing the hardest thing that you can imagine. The hardest thing, like let's say you have some kind of a challenge. I'm going to tell you a little fascinating story of a woman whose name was Tiff Don't. Tiff Don't. That was her name. She came to my retreat. By the way, I also want to say before I go that you can set a 15-minute conversation with my team members to see if we can help you and to see if we can help you identify what's standing between you and your feminine confidence, what's standing between you and finding the love of your life. So Tiff Don't showed up at one of my Magnetic Woman retreat. And many of you already know that I've been leading more than 300 in-person events, and now also virtual events as well, over the last 17 years. So I have an incredible experience helping women to unleash their feminine magnetism and feminine confidence. So once she came to my Magnetic Woman retreat, and she was specifically speaking from a contraction, right? And so when I said from the very beginning that feminine magnetism, actually, you're born with it, my love. It's already the fountain inside of you. It's just that there are contractions and fears that are not allowing the powerful life force that you already have to come through. So in her case, it was a contraction in the throat. And usually there are different contractions depending on the moment when you were rejected, ridiculed, or judged. and the little girl inside of you decided, okay, no more. I am not going to speak anymore. I am not going to kiss anyone. Let's say somebody told you you have bad breath, so there's going to be a contraction there for kissing, or somebody told you you don't have a good voice or good ear, and then it's going to be hard to open your voice. There's going to be a contraction here. Or for example, you were sexually traumatized, or for example, you had to actually kill your sexual attraction and you decided to contract your sexual, shut down your sexual energy. So there are tons of contractions in our body that don't allow that feminine magnetism, that life force to come through. So in case of Tiff Don't, her throat was contracted, and I asked her if she wants to work with that. And I said, it's going to be hard, do the hardest thing. And she was willing to. She was a real warrior. She was a fighter. And so she stood in front of the whole class. And I told the people in the class to criticize her while she's singing. She didn't know that. I said it to people while she was outside of the studio. And so when she walked in and I asked her to sing, and she started singing. And as she was singing, everyone was saying, boo, this is a horrible singer. Oh my God, I can't believe it. This is really painful for my ears. And I was standing behind her and I was telling her, keep singing, keep singing, keep singing. Sing from a deeper place, and a deeper, sing from your heart, sing from your womb, sing from your whole body. And she was singing and singing and singing. And she was singing like, in such a powerful and divine way that at a certain point, that group of students, they just couldn't help it. They just started crying, and they got up and they started applauding, and her voice completely opened up. And that is when she got a new name. I renamed her, instead of Tiff Don't, and Tiff was like stiff, and Don't was like don't do something. I renamed her into Tiffa Do. And so now she has the name Tiffa Do, and she immediately got a boyfriend after that. So unleashing those contractions, letting your inner brilliance out, letting your lover, letting your Aphrodite out, that is the key to feminine magnetism, my love. This is the topic of our first day today. So please put your questions into the post. I'm going to answer them later on. And also, yes, please write if what you like the best from this transmission. Don't forget, throughout the whole 3-day event, and welcome everyone who is new to the group. Throughout the whole 3-day event, we're running this prize 45 minutes private session with me, and many of you already know who I am really well. So I'm a Harvard speaker. I'm a very highly acclaimed dating and relationship coach, responsible for more than 3,000 very happy couples and thousands and thousands of transformations in my student body over the last 17 years. My name is Luba Evans. I will be happy to look into your particular situation, and also please set up a 15-minute conversation with my team. Now, I also want to show you some of the cards that we will be working with over the next 2 days. Her Majesty Divine Feminine, and then we have here Deserving Mind card, and then we have The World is Your Playground now, and then we have The Beloved. Okay, and what else? Oh yeah, Making Friends with Your Inner Critic, very important. So many other cards, and in my program we work with all of them, and with meditation. So we work deeply with all the little quirks in the subconscious mind that are responsible for your contractions. And so once you go through that deep work, the fountain of your brilliance and your feminine magnetism is just going to shoot into the stratosphere. And I also want to tell you, and many of you know my mom, who is probably watching right now, my mom is after 70, and she is well, not during the pandemic probably, but usually she is meeting people all the time, and men get mesmerized with her and by her, and she gets admirers all the time. At least she has 3 admirers going at any point in time her whole entire life. And all of that is because she's not afraid of rejection, and she is really, really in touch with her feminine magnetism. Now, She never even puts her makeup on. This is another thing. So I don't believe in age. I don't believe in the fact that a woman has to get some kind of necessarily like improvements in terms of her body. But we do have an attitude in the program, a method which is called Love It or Fix It, which is like either you have to love this part of you or you need to fix it. If it's not fixable, it's just something to fall in love with. So this is all about really falling in love with yourself and letting that love shine